Juju did put on the medallion for 2024, and as we all know, that means that you're cursed. So, as a part of that curse, Juju lost Shawn. Now, I would like to explain real quick because I know not everybody is 100% caught up on Maddie lore. Juju the cow, aka Dax Herreraman, who gets fucked in the asshole dressed as a cow, runs a show called The Dick Show. And The Dick Show is several hundred episodes in. It came about as a result of the breakup between Maddox, an old school internet troll, and him doing the biggest problem in the universe. With him, Shawn, the audio engineer, came along, and there's been a running joke on the show that they're looking for a co-host, even though it's Shawn is obviously the co-host. But it's always just been like Shawn, the audio engineer, and Dick, and then like a random person to fill in, and they call that person the co-host. That's the gimmick of his show. Shawn is a very normal person. He was someone who struggled with depression in his life. He took SSRIs, so he was an extremely chill guy, just like calm of the world. Had the most normie takes in the entire world. He would nod along to a lot of what Dick said, but every so often he would be like, you know what? I disagree. I disagree. I have normie opinions about this. I think that things are fine, actually. I think that that's okay. I trust the science. I trust some of what I am told. And I think you're being a little bit ridiculous. And many people thought that Shawn's normie takes were bad takes. And even if you disagree with them, I think it's important every so often to expose yourself to a contrary opinion, even if it's a lukewarm take that just trusts what he sees. Because if you don't, then you enter an echo chamber, you enter a bubble, and you have a feedback loop of people just agreeing with you constantly. That's why I still sometimes listen to people like Jem Sterling, because it's like I feel like I need to break check myself, because I go fucking crazy. So sometimes I need to hear that there are differing opinions than mine. And with the Kiwi Farms, I go out of my way to grant extra special leeway to people who are contrary to the majority of the forum, to the zeitgeist of the forum, when that, it's just like a opinion type thing. So because I feel like it's important that people like that are heard, because you don't want to just hear what you have to say all the time repeated back to you. And I think that a lot of people are very addicted to that kind of thing. So Shawn served an important role of providing normalcy and a contrary opinion every so often. And I think that even though I haven't listened to the Dick Show in 200 plus episodes at this point, I think that the show is going to be poorer for it. And I don't think that Dax has the capacity to find somebody normal enough who A, wants to be on the show, and B, will actually provide a contrary opinion to him. Shawn left, and I kind of respect Shawn for being honest. What he said is that he left because he didn't like being on the show, and he didn't like hearing the things that Dick said, and he says that the show made him an angrier, more bitter, less sociable person, and he didn't enjoy it anymore, so he wanted to leave. Which is a crazy thing to say, not just to somebody that you've been friends with for a very long time, because Shawn and Dick go way back, way back. And I want to say that Dick helped him when he was like an alcoholic or something, and he's always felt like a blood debt to him. So it's one thing to be in that kind of a disposition towards somebody and then say that kind of thing to their face. And it's another thing to say it on the show. But I will remind you that Dick has said many times that if you have any kind of beef with him, you should air out the laundry on the show live, because he likes that drama, which is why when I told Dick I would not be appearing on the Dick Show anymore, I did it kind of as a surprise, just on the live, because he said that. He said if you're gonna cause problems with him, you gotta do it on the show. So I did, and so did Shawn, and now he's gone. So now the question is, what happens with Dick? I don't think that he'll be able to replace Shawn with anyone that will fill Shawn's niche. And at the absolute worst, he'll just fill it with Vito the Pedo, and then have two shows where he talks to a fucking pedophile, who can't ever really contradict him because he's a slave pedophile whipping boy. So I'm not really sure what to expect. However, what I absolutely, positively did not fucking expect is that Dick is having a child. Marie Valenzuela is his long-term girlfriend that he stole from Maddox. They broke up, and then he got with his ex-girlfriend, and that was a big point of contention. Him cucking Maddox was like deep lore. Not going to get into all that, but her role as being like a girlfriend to Dick is crucial to his persona. And she is 40 something, and she is pregnant. Now, I had made the prediction a while ago that the Dick Show saga would end with Marie blowing his fucking brains out, because I was 100% convinced that Dick got snipped and then just kept telling Marie, oh, we'll keep trying, and if it happens, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. And then for whatever, somehow, I don't know if they did IVF or what, but she's pregnant. Now, as many of you guys will know, I vehemently protest when people say, like, oh, a woman becomes infertile at 28, because that's fucking retarded. But I'm not like a science denier, okay? 40 is pushing it for having a kid. And it's a geriatric pregnancy. It is automatically a high-risk pregnancy. It's a big deal. Having a kid at 40 is like, it's not a trivial matter. So it makes me think it's IVF, which is crazy to me, because it's like, did Dick agree to this? Is he actually snipped? Is Shawn the father? How did this happen? This is actually interesting, because I don't know how this came about. It has to be planned. There's no way it's not. She's 40. And to make things worse, it's a daughter. Dax Herrera, a man who hates women with every fiber of his body, who has made a career for the last 20 years singularly based off women bad and fat women even worse, is having a daughter, which is the most dire thing that I think I could ever say without there being some kind of bodily harm or molestation involved. It's just, I really hope the whole Dax Herrera thing is like a persona, and that he's not actually going to embed the deep-seated self-loathing that I think he is going to. And I hope that nothing happens to her. So I don't know what to expect. I told Dick a long time ago that I felt the natural projection for his show was that he would grow up, get married, and have kids, and then the show would transition from the perma bachelor to the lifestyle type thing, which is a very natural progression that many personalities online undergo. Trisha Paytas had a baby. Now her channel is about her lifestyle and having kids. PewDiePie had a baby. He doesn't really do video game stuff as much anymore, but he publishes a lot of vlogs about what it's like to be a dad. There's many channels like that. That's how you know that you're old. All the people that you used to watch are having kids now. They're married. And I felt it was natural for Dick to go the same way. So it's like, is he going to get rid of all the dead weight that he's accumulated and transition into something like that? Or is he going to still, despite having a daughter and being a father, going to go around saying women bad? That is $1 million question. And I have a sneaking suspicion that the Giga Chad woman hater, Dax Herrera, is less immune to disposition changes as a result of being a father of a daughter than he would imagine himself to be. So, I'm going to make the very dangerous prediction, chat, that Dax Herrera will grow the fuck up just a little bit in 2025. We'll see. I am exhibiting a level of positive poly that could not prior have been predicted. The charts were not designed to encapsulate that level of positive polyness, but it's happening. I'm like Super Saiyan 3 God right now in terms of positive polyness.